I studied Texas, so it's completely different than what I do now. We have it all here. Bali has everything, and like I don't miss anything from home, from where I live in the Netherlands, except for my friends. Like I try to listen to them and to so that I can figure out what kind of perfect holiday would be for them.
Open your hands, stand in the light, watch it begin. We're gonna shine.
Okay, the first thing that I would love to know about is like your background and how did you end up doing what you do right now here as a travel planner?
All right, background. Well, I'm actually like I studied Texas, so it's completely different than what I do now. I wanted to do more of traveling and wanted to see more of the world. That's how it all started. So when I was traveling to Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, I was in Bali for 1 week and I was like, oh, I really feel at home here. And I had a job back in the Netherlands. I did not do Texas, but I was a sales manager in IT. And I liked the job, but like was not really my passion or something like that. So I really looked forward to all the holidays I had in 1 year. So traveling was really my passion. And then me and my boyfriend, we were in Bali for the first time, and we were like, wow, this feels so good. We feel really at home here, and we definitely want to live here. But it was just like a crazy idea, I thought. And years later, we went again to Bali just on a short holiday, and we had that same feeling again. And then my boyfriend said, let's go and live here. I was like, I don't know. I have a job, I have a career. I don't know, what should I do here then? And after we came back from Australia, we had a stopover in Bali, and we had that same feeling again. And I had to get back to work after like 6 weeks of traveling. It's like, oh, I don't want to go back to work. And then, yeah, we decided together, like, let's make a plan and to go and live here for a while, so we can travel more than we do now and see more of the world actually. So that's why we made a plan. And my boyfriend is a tattoo artist, so for him was already pretty easy to figure out what he's going to do here, because you have many tattoo shops here. And I already decided to quit my job and just to think of what I was going to do. But because we were already here for, I think, 4 times in Bali, I knew already a lot of places in Bali, and I helped people, like our friends and family, with their trips to Bali. Really did that as a passion. And I've been doing that for years, like since I was little. As a hobby, like figuring out the next holiday for myself or for my parents or for friends. And that's why I came up with the idea, maybe start something in Bali, or like, yeah, start something what I can do there to make a living. And it was actually my passion, but I figured a way to build a business myself. So I started my business in the Netherlands, and once I told people I was going to do it, everyone was like, oh, that's so good, you follow your passion. And yeah, the people just came to me already. So yeah, it was actually, that's how everything started in in a very short.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you think that staying in Bali is a great idea for this kind of thing? For this kind of thing, you know, like your business travel planner. So you told me like you've been traveling back and forth Bali and Netherlands and like that, and then you decided to stay. So what's that kind of thing that makes you decide to stay?
Everyone who visited Bali knows Bali got its special, unique vibe. Like if you, when you're here, first of all, people are very, very kind. It's like the kindest people, most friendliest people I've ever met. And of course, the weather is so good all the all the time of the year, and you have so many Western places still, but still also local places, very pure places, like a lot of nature. It's actually such a small island, but the diversity is there's a lot of diversity. You have volcanoes, waterfalls, beaches. So for me, if I have a day off, I'll just take my motorbike and I'll drive to the beach. I'm within 5 minutes at the beach, or I'm in 1 hour, I'm in the jungle, I'm between rice fields. I can visit waterfalls, no one's there. So like I like that freedom to enjoy the island. And of course where I live now is a very Western place, so you have all kinds of restaurants. You don't even have that where I'm from. So many choices, so much good food, fresh food. Like I don't miss anything from home, from where I live in the Netherlands, except for my friends. But we have it all here. Bali has everything, and then also like the lifestyle here. The people are more easygoing, and everything. Some things, like I don't know how to explain it, but here in Bali, there aren't many rules, or things are not arranged very well. It's like in the Netherlands, everything's very structured and everything's well arranged, and here it's like nothing is arranged. But you can arrange everything here. It's so easy. Like if you want to rent a motorbike, if you're a tourist, you just ask your hotel reception and they arrange it for you within 5 minutes. And in the Netherlands, you have to sign a contract, make pictures that you don't damage the bike or something like that. And here, I don't know, it's not arranged, but it is. Like you can arrange everything. Everything's possible. Yeah, it's simple life, and people don't worry so much. That's what I like. Like it's not so stressed. It's like take it easy, and if it's not today, it will be tomorrow. And that's what I'm not used to where I lived before. So I like that lifestyle a lot. Yeah.
I got that. It's not today, then you can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that is.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question will be like, so you are like making business like travel planner, right?
Yes.
So like, as a travel planner, what do you think? Like, like you help people to travel, like you set up things like this. But like, what is it about Bali that is good for people that want to travel? You know, like probably like I don't know, diverse variety of accommodation, or you know more than me.
Yeah. Yeah, what I already said, like the diversity. So people have to save money to go on holiday to here. So they want to spend it well, right? So you saved your money for 1 year to go on a holiday to Bali, and then you definitely want to relax, but you also want to see a different culture. And who doesn't want to see a beautiful waterfall where not many people are around there, where you can swim in a waterfall? It's something that you cannot see back at home where they live, but they can also do relaxing. So it's like the best combination of what someone can have in a holiday. So you can do a lot of activities, but still do relaxing. So it's for everyone. Some people want to do only hiking, rafting, climbing volcanoes, be active, and some people just want to hang at the beach and you have here very beautiful beaches. So it's like it's for everyone.
Cool. My next question would be like, what's your typical client of traveling who wants to go to Bali? Like, what do you do for them? Like, you said like you book the accommodation. It's like your patient like try to figure out what people do here. Like, what's your
Yes.
typical kind of thing when you work?
I think most of them are couples, like regular couples or honeymoon couples. And then I first start with a call to listen to them, like what kind of types are they? So what kind of Bali holiday do they have in mind? Is it for relaxing, or do they want to explore everything? It's like I try to listen to them and to so that I can figure out what kind of perfect holiday would be for them. So they tell me like I'm going to be in Bali for 2 weeks, and I want to see beaches, I want to see some waterfalls, I want to see temples, I want to learn more about the culture, I want to dive with manta rays, that kind of things. I discuss everything with them and I give them examples, and then they're like, oh yes, I want to do that. So and then I make the plan. So I design the route for them where they can go in 2 weeks. So they have a mix of everything. So usually they travel around to see different places, because I always tell them that each place in Bali has its own unique vibe. Like in Canggu, it's a lot of Western, good restaurants, nice beach clubs, and you can do some party there. In Ubud, it's nice and quiet. It's a lot of greens. You're nearby temples and waterfalls. So that's also really different compared to Canggu. And then you can go to Uluwatu, for example, because there are different kind of beaches than there are in Canggu, like the white sand beaches. You can do a lot of surfing there. So I try to mix everything so they really get a good feeling about Bali and can experience Bali in different kind of ways. So yeah, that's what I do. I make the route, and then I also do an accommodation proposal for them. So for each place, I will think of the best accommodation for them within their budget, because some people like modern accommodations, some people like more authentic accommodations. So try to listen to what they prefer and then build their perfect holiday. Also including transfers. So someone will be waiting with a sign at the airport for them, bring them to their first accommodation. And if they want also some day tours with a nice travel guide, someone who guides them around, showing them temples, telling them about the culture, and showing them more about Bali. Most of them want everything, like really everything. It's like a lot of people I do introductions with, and they're like, I want to do this and this and this, and also relaxing, but also explore. It's like, yeah, I heard that before. But that's good because they see a lot of things on social media about Bali, what they can do there. So they're like, oh, I want to do everything. And I try to fit it in their 2 weeks or 3 weeks holidays so that they can do everything at their own pace, because they don't want to be rushed. They want to have a holiday, but still have the possibility to do everything.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. I want a bit more detail about that.
Yeah.
So can you tell me like one of your client experience about like where do you take them, and then what route and what do they like? Just one example.
An example where I take them.
No. An example about your client.
Yeah.
Like all of them. Like what do you do? Like where did they go? Like where did they stay?
So, like an example of a client, and was staying 3 weeks, and they started in Canggu just because they have a long trip, long flight, and they want to relax and get over the jet lag. So Canggu is the perfect place to do that. Hang at the beach club and enjoy good food and do a little party. And then I sent them to Ubud most of the times, just to see the real Bali, because I think Canggu is not the real Bali anymore. It's too Western. And Ubud, you can see a lot of local life, be in nature. And then they do rice fields exploring. They're gonna visit some waterfalls. They really learn about how Balinese people live. And after that, if they are a little bit more adventurous, I mostly send them to the north of Bali, because there's more nature and more beautiful waterfalls to see. In my opinion, the best waterfalls are there. So they will stay there just only like 2 nights, and they can explore the areas, or I send them with a driver who will take them to the best waterfalls. But just to indulge more in nature. And after that, they go to the Nusa Islands. They go to Nusa Lembongan and to do some relaxing there after like very active days being in nature. And mostly they travel around by motorbike, because the Nusa Islands are more quiet than here in Bali, so it's much safer and easier to get around by motorbike. And they just hang out at beaches and see some beautiful places like the Blue Lagoon and Devil's Tears. It's a completely different kind of nature than you can find on Bali Island itself. So that's why I also always include that. And for the adventurous people, I also sent them to Nusa Penida, because like Nusa Penida is very famous nowadays for all the tourists, so it can be busy at the highlights. But if you go, for example, if you go to Killing King Beach, and if you go all the way down, it's like takes 45 minutes, so it's not for everyone. But then, you almost have the beach to yourself. So if the people are up for that, I always also include Nusa Penida, because there are such beautiful nature to see there, and you cannot find it around Bali. So, and after that, sometimes I send them to Uluwatu if there's still time, just to relax there, also do some beach exploring, and spend the last days before they head back to their home country, just watching beautiful sunsets and enjoy the Bali life.
I think it covers almost all the questions. Maybe.
It does.
Yeah.
It's good.
When you like in your free time, like what do you usually do here?
What I usually do, well, I love going to the beach. Like that's something I couldn't do back at home, because we were not living nearby the beach. So like I try to go to the beach a few times a week around sunset, and if I have a day off, I'd like to go exploring myself. So maybe go a day to Ubud, maybe spend a day in Uluwatu at one of the nice beaches or a beach club. It's like, what I already told you is that you can easily take your motorbike, and within 1 hour you're in a completely different area. And I like to see more of Bali. There are still things I didn't discover yet. Like there's such a big list, and I thought I already knew Bali so well. But like for example, I heard from one of my drivers that he discovered, like not he discovered, but there was a new waterfall around Ubud that's recently been discovered, so no one knew of before. So yesterday he took one of my clients to that waterfall, and there was no one there. So there are still like hidden gems to find, and if I have spare time, I love to check them out and just enjoy everything what Bali has to offer.
Nice. You're like more adventurous person yourself,
Yes,
yeah?
I am. Yeah, I like that flexibility to do that, because where I came from, you cannot do that. It's like you can drive around with your car, but you don't see anything new. Everything is already discovered. And here you still have so many good places to see. Yeah.
based on what you do right now, like being a travel planner and as an adventurous person.
Yes.
What do you wish about Bali in the future that can, support you doing what you do or make you more happier as a person?
Well, I know Bali is developing very fast. It always have been like the last couple of 20 years, I think. I only been here the last couple of 5 years, and I've seen developing so many places already. I hope it's gonna stay that way, like that they will still develop places, but also to explore hidden gems, and not that everything's already discovered. Like there's still a unique vibe of Bali. But I know like there are a lot of organizations who care for the environment of Bali, because like the plastic is of course a problem, but there's a lot of awareness at the moment, so they do a lot of things about that. So I hope that will like be in balance the next couple of years, and that Bali will still develop like it's already doing for years, so that people keep coming, because like Bali is already very popular. I think like 7 or 8 million people are coming every year to Bali, and that's fine because there's space for everyone. But I hope that also it will stay that that unique vibe, that it will stay that way, because that's why people should come to Bali. And yeah, that's what I hope, that it will